Hey guys, this is Jason with Longbottom Farms. Doing a quick video. We had somebody asking us about a farm tour, and well, everything's a little messy and not so green right now. In the middle of winter, we wanted to put a quick video together just to give you a virtual farm tour, kind of show you some of what it is that we do here. And yeah, we've had some people make it out for tours before these past couple summers. We've had some people obviously that haven't been able to make it out. So we figured we'd do a quick virtual farm tour, show you a little bit around. We've got kind of a hodgepodge of animals going on right now. These are some of our belted Galloways that we have. We just got this group in about 3 weeks ago. Our herd's kind of spread out around our upper area right now. For our cattle, we have some cattle on farm, but we also bring in some stockers, basically weaned calves when they're about 6 to 9 months old. We'll bring them in, raise them up, and finish them out. We raise all of our cattle on pasture. We also grass finish all of our animals. So grass fed, grass finished. It makes for just an amazing flavor profile. And then we're fortunate enough to live on the James River, and that's where we typically finish out our cattle. So it's some of the most fertile land you can find right along the river. So it just makes for a great grass-fed beef. So we typically raise our cattle out. It usually takes about 3 years from start to finish. And then every year we just bring in new groups, add to the herd. And it's a growing thing. It's kind of a dance right now down on the river. Everything is so boggy this time of year. It just holds water. So we'll bring our cattle up to the upper lands during the winter time, and then during the spring, obviously, they'll head on back down to the lush pastures at the river. But yeah, here you can see another group of cattle. Like I say, they're all kind of spread out right now around the upper lands. We feed hay during the winter that we get from some adjacent properties right next to us. Typically have someone come in and bale the hay for us, and then we haul it all back over to the farm here. Yeah, and that's kind of the winter routine. If you have any questions, obviously, about our cattle, grass-fed beef, how we do it, you can obviously ask below, or you can reach out to us. Our farm and contact information is listed below. My daughters and Lexi have been really into horses. Lexi has all her life, but my daughters have really gotten into it the past couple years. So we've got a few horses on the farm. Basically trail riding ponies for the girls. They're just all about it right now. I don't know a whole lot about them, but yeah, I help out where I can, and yeah. This is our little donkey Travis. I'm not really sure why we have him, but we do, and he's a great addition to the farm. Makes some wonderful noises. If you're a Star Wars fan, have ever heard the banthas, that's what he sounds like every time. Yeah, he's cool. Those of you that have been here or purchased from us before also know that we do pastured pork. Our pigs are typically raised pretty much in woods. They have a little bit of pasture as well, but they mostly just have a nice big area of woods they get to run around. During this time of year, obviously it's cold, so they have what we call their little hay hut, and just full of hay. They can pile in there, stay warm during the winter, get out of the elements when they need to. We feed them with the non-GMO feed from Sunrise Feeds. And then obviously they get to forage for whatever they can find. A lot of times during the summer and stuff, we'll have a lot of vegetable scraps, different things we'll throw out to them. Yeah, but they're great. Messy, but great. You kind of look around in the pasture, you can see right now everything's pretty muddy, and pigs have essentially what amounts to a plow on the front of their face. So they can pretty much tear through anything. But we put out lots of hay for them, like I say, in the winter. So their whole area up here is pretty much surrounded in hay. We just drop big hay bales that we typically use for our cattle. The pigs get a couple of those bales every year. So one, they'll actually eat a little bit of it because it's got some forage in there. But then they also use it for their bedding, and like I said, to keep them warm, cover up their messy spots, and yeah. So yeah. So that's the pigs. And we typically have chickens. Right now we're down to these 4 guys. We just sold our flock about 2 weeks ago. They had just started to age out, and that combined with this time of year, they weren't making a lot of eggs. Yeah, it was just time. So we'll actually have 200 to 300 coming in about a month and a half, and then we'll get that process started all over again, and have more eggs for you guys. And yeah, and then obviously our meat birds, we do pastured poultry on the farm as well. They're typically raised on pasture. We get them as chicks, raise them out, it takes about 8 weeks, and then they're ready to go. They have some little movable shelters that we use that keeps them on pasture. We're actually going to experiment a little bit this year with letting them out of the shelters and see how that goes. Problems with the meat birds is they're a little different than the layer birds in that they're not as active when they get older. That's kind of putting it lightly. They will literally just sit by the feeder and not move sometimes. And predators become an issue. So we have a shelter that kind of protects them, yet still lets them stay on pasture that gets moved every day. But it's part of the farm. You try different things, see what works, what doesn't, and we'll find out there. This is a sorry, kind of a long view shot of the barn that we just put up. This will be ready this spring and will be a nice area where instead of picking up from coolers and stuff, you guys can pick up from the barn. We'll actually have a freezer, so it'll be 7-day pickup, typically from about 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's not active yet, so but that's going into effect. And yeah, it'll be a place to meet, place to hang out, meet you guys. We'll have a couple little freezers in there, sort of a semi-little farm store in there as well. Yeah, so that's kind of our tour of the farm. Thanks for watching and following. If you have any questions, let us know. Comment below, and obviously hit the like button because I guess that's what everybody says you're supposed to do. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.